the asshole for not helping the guy who crashed into my car? Link to the pic at the bottom. My 24 male car was written off 3 weeks ago in an accident that was not my fault. The other driver is not insured, expects me to be responsible for their vehicle and income. The Jippy was a beautiful Suzuki Jimny 1.3-liter manual. She was 2017 with 50,000 kilometers on the clock. Boo. I only got to drive her for 64 months. At 9:30 a.m. At 9:30 a.m. on an overcast morning, I left to run a quick errand for work. On my way home, I arrived at an intersection where all of the traffic lights were not working. The roads were busy and I patiently waited my turn. I wanted to cross straight over the four-way intersection. When it was my turn to go, I got T-boned. I crossed over the first half, and when I was in the middle of the second half, I was hit at a serious pace. My car spun around for a full 360 before coming to a stop. Thankfully, there were no serious injuries or death. The driver's first response was to demand money so that he could flee the scene. And after a rather heated back and forth, while I was still completely in shock, the police arrived and started helping us process the accident and get traffic moving again. They were absolutely amazing. Haha. The car hit him? That's nothing you. This post seems like a lame and gay like the poster. Yeah, running a stop sign and demanding money. What the fuck, man? I don't think you. She read 6 to 64. She's seeing the numbers again? Oh, 6 months. What was I? It wasn't even my fault. If it had been, we would have knocked bumpers, exchanged details, and fixed the cars. However, he T-boned me at such a speed that my car is completely written off. There's no way you can generate enough force in 4 meters to write off a small 4x4 from a complete standstill. The next day, I get numerous phone calls from his wife, his passenger's employer, and many more people he was in contact with, all saying that because I crashed into him, I was responsible for fixing their cars. I simply sent the pictures of the accident and told them to take it up with insurance, as I was sure that being a taxi driver, the guy must have third-party insurance. There was company at the very least. It has now come to my knowledge that the driver was not injured, who was not operating under a valid taxi license, and is therefore not going to be able to get any assistance fixing his car. In the time that has passed, I have learned that I'm going to lose about 50,000 rands, I am South African, to repaying the loan at the bank and insurance. This leaves me well short of the deposit I need to buy another Jimny, and I quite honestly am crushed. All that work to finally get my dream car— Shut up! To finally get my dream car, only to have it ripped from my hands so soon. I've just received another phone call— Shut up! Oh, motherfucker! I've just received another phone call from the wife of the man who hit me, asking what I am going to pay them and how much I intend on giving them to fix the car, as they don't have another way to make money. This woman gave me sob stories about dropping the insurance a week ago because they couldn't afford it anymore, and how lockdown has impacted their earning, how it was my fault that there was an accident, and so on. I lost the plot, told her to take me to court if they wanted 1 rand out of me. I told her to leave me alone, delete my phone number, and that's what you get for driving without insurance. Am I the asshole for not wanting to help them? Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty fucking bad. Yeah, the glass isn't broken. That would be a total. Does this count as a total? I guess the door can't close anymore. Frame damage. How did he do a 360 with that little damage? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering, right? Is like to be hit that hard? I don't know. Back window is shattered, is it? That's his dream car. Also, yeah, this is your dream car, motherfucker? He's a redder. He might be lying. I don't know, man. I would say not the asshole. You're in South Africa. I don't know if you have like a court system there, but you should take them to court. They tried to bully you. They tried to bully you, man. Take them to court. Bleed them of every penny that they have, so they can't even own a car. They have courts? Take them to court. Not the asshole. They're trying to extort you for cash. They really are, right? It feels like they sent the fucking mafia after them. That accident, as you have described it, is not your fault, and if anyone is going to pay for damages, it should be the guy who ran into you. It doesn't matter if they're in a bad situation, that this is the only way they make money. They only have themselves to blame. They damaged your car in a way that you no longer allowed to drive it anymore. Doesn't think you some polishing and it'll look brand new. Other parties acting sus. The other parties acting sus. Man, the joys of living in South Africa. People who don't know how to drive cause accidents, but it's never their fault and they will get away with it. I don't like how South Africa sounds. South Africa seems kind of miserable, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. Everything that I've heard about it, I don't know. Maybe it's nice. Maybe there's nice parts. The person who hits is at fault. Take him to court. I mean, even having the passenger of the taxi like try and threaten the dude is like, what the fuck? A dumb spider, thank you. I want to pet your dogs. No, you can't. They're my dogs. Oh, Most of them are my family's dogs, but yeah, first mistake was living in South Africa. Yeah, I would say not the asshole, if you're telling the truth anyways. There's another car crash one. Does anyone know the background OST? It is Carnival Night from Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.